Good afternoon. I have another video recommendation for you today, and I'm sure that you will enjoy it as much as I. In this video, I'm going to offer a synopsis of the video. I'm going to give you background information on the main person in this documentary. I'm going to tell you why I recommend it and where you can find it, so in order to watch it. So let's start with the documentary title. It's called Mr. Mummy, M-U-M-M-Y. And Bob Brier, capital B-R-I-E-R, Dr. Bob Brier, is the main person in this. In fact, let me tell you about Bob Brier so you're not wondering who the heck is he. He is an Egyptologist and author. 10 books, I believe, including Egyptomania, and his newest one from 2016, Cleopatra's Needles. And I know, I take my glasses off to read. So Cleopatra's Needles, The Lost Obelisks of Egypt. Zahi Hawass, in case you never heard of him, he is in charge of antiquities in Egypt itself. He has a title like, this long, but he's been on the scene, if you will, for decades. And he wrote this about the book. Quote, a brilliant book bringing the magic and the mystery of ancient Egypt to all of us, unquote. So this is from Bob Brier's website, about Bob Brier. That's the section I'm in. A quote, affectionately known as Mr. Mummy, Dr. Bob Brier is recognized as one of the world's foremost experts on mummies and Egyptology. As Senior Research Fellow at Long Island University /LIU Post in Brookville, New York, he has conducted pioneering research in mummification practices and has investigated some of the world's most famous mummies, including King Tut, Vladimir Lenin, Ramses the Great, Eva Peron, the woman from Evita, yeah, that one, Marquise Tai, a Chinese noblewoman, and the Medici family of Renaissance Italy. He's really amazing. And I don't know about you, but if you enjoy college courses, listening to college courses on audio, like an audiobook format, Audible.com offers the great courses, most of the great courses for free. Now, the Bob Brier one I bought last night, started listening to it. I'm already a third of the way through the first lecture of, I don't know how many, but quite a few. That cost money. So if for my Audible anyway, it was going to be $36.99 if I paid for it. $36.99 or 1 credit. So I used a credit and bought it. So it's available that way. The audiobook, not the audiobook, the audio lectures of his college course. So if you're thinking, oh my gosh, that's going to be dry, boring, dull, horrible. No, my gosh, no. I would agree in most cases that a college lecture could be any one of those things and worse. But Bob Brier uses his sense of humor beautifully. And if you're interested in ancient Egypt, and note that my degree is mainly in ancient history, it's really fabulous. It's fabulous. So the video, Mr. Mummy, is a National Geographic documentary. So the documentary aired on TV in 1994. I know, 94. So let me just give you a bit of a caveat about the video quality. It's long before 4K. It's also long before HD, high definition. So when you watch this, I've watched this on my phone and on my TV set, which is a 32-inch screen. It's a little blurry, to be honest. It doesn't take anything away, really, from it. I wish it were clearer, certainly, and I know you will too. It's still worth watching, 100,000%. Let me be clear about that. This was a National Geographic documentary that aired on national TV in 94. So, why is this so amazing? Dr. Brier had studied the mummification techniques of the ancient Egyptians and decided that he wanted to mummify a corpse. So he got one legally, and with the assistance of a medical examiner, as assistance in showing him where on the body he should do X, Y, or Z. He wagered that he was the first person to mummify a body in this manner in 2,000 years. That is head-smacking, isn't it now? So you'll get to watch him do that. Now, they don't show you the gross stuff in the video, you know. So, for instance, the ancient Egyptians would remove different organs in the body and put them in what they called canopic jars. If you watch my video on, what's it called? On when I saw the King Tut exhibit in California back in 2018, 2019, in California, I took pictures of the canopic jars, so you can watch my videos on that. I have one or two. The purpose of mummification was, the idea is that the Egyptians will come back to life in the afterlife, and they need their body, and therefore all their organs too. But if you keep the organs in the body will rot faster because they're wet. They do remove the brains, and this was the first time I read it. What's the word I want to use? Oh, it was just gross. It's just gross. I read this more than 30 years ago. Actually, in the history written by Herodotus, my first book recommendation. I'll link that one too, so you can watch it. You know, they would tap up into the brain through the nose, and they would mix the brain up with a tool, and then they would, you know, have it pour out through the same nose, through the same nostril, and yeah, ew, gross. You read more about that in the histories by Herodotus. It's messy. But, so you'll get to watch that, some of that process. It's really fascinating. It's a fascinating documentary, and if ancient Egypt is your thing, you've got to watch this. So I'm recommending it because I watched it originally in '94, and I was riveted. I'd already earned my college degree by that time, and really just, it was amazing to sit there. I had never seen anything like that in my born days. And watching it again, still riveting. Absolutely riveting. And the thing is, at the start of the film, at the start of the documentary, Bob Brier is sitting there in the sand in Egypt saying, you know, I don't want to say I'm obsessed with mummies. By the second sentence, he says, okay, yes, I'm obsessed. There, I said it. So I'd like his sense of humor, and maybe you will too. Or maybe you get better insight into my sense of humor, which is, you know, a little out there at times. But it's so interesting. It's wow, someone had an idea like that, and he was able to not just to do it, but to film it. Wow, that is so amazing. And where can you find this? On YouTube, actually. It is not on Amazon. You can't buy it. You can't watch it. And not on Netflix. I mean, it's so old. The only place the only place I found it anyway was on YouTube. Now there are 2 videos, and the thumbnail that you'll see on my channel is the pair. They're side by side. The one that's a picture of Bob Brier, that was called Mr. Mummy Video. If you don't know who Bob Brier is, I mean, I do know what he looks. Oh, I can show you what he looks like actually. This is from his website, Bob Brier. I don't know if it's a .com. DrBobBrier.com. So yeah. So if you don't know who he is, you may not think to click on that. The other one has an absolutely fabulous thumbnail of ancient Egyptians, you know, a wall painting from a tomb. That type of ancient Egyptian scene as the thumbnail. 49,000 views over the course of the last 9 years. The one from 1 year ago, 812 views, 872 views. It's a shame. It does not matter which one you click on. You will see exactly the same show. They are both 22 minutes. Well, one is 21:58, and the other one's 21:59. So really, they're 22 minutes long. It's a great 22 minutes. It doesn't feel like 22 minutes at all. I know what that feels like. You know, forever and 2 minutes can sometimes be hideous, but it's a great video. And it's just great stuff. I'll include the links under in my description. So below the video, you can click on them. But it's just such good stuff. And it was really fun to find it again after all these years. So, on that fabulous note, you know where to find me. I'm everywhere you are on social media. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and of course my my website as well, Traveling for History, 1L in traveling. The website is travelingforhistory.com. And on Twitter, I'm there too, but I'm Traveling for High 1 there. So I upload every day of the week. So hey, come on down. It's good times. And till I see you again, thanks so much for watching. Truly appreciate it. And go forth and have a great day. This is Patricia. I'm Traveling for History, and thanks for watching.